Life becomes heavier when you are the only one carrying your dreams, your fears, and your failures, without anyone noticing how much strength it takes just to keep going. Doing life alone means waking up every day knowing no one will catch you if you fall, yet still forcing yourself to stand tall. When you're alone, even small problems feel massive, because there is no one beside you to remind you that this moment will pass. Life is tough when you're doing it alone, because silence becomes your loudest companion, and thoughts become your deepest battles. Walking alone in life teaches you strength, but it also teaches you how painfully long the nights can feel without support. Being alone doesn't mean weak, but it does mean fighting wars inside your heart that no one ever applauds. Life hits harder when there's no one to share the weight, no one to listen, and no one to say, "I understand." When you're doing life alone, motivation doesn't come from people, it comes from survival. Life is toughest when you succeed alone, fail alone, and still have to smile like everything is fine. Doing everything alone slowly teaches you how strong you are, but also how tired strength can become. When no one checks on you, you learn to check on yourself, even when you're exhausted. Life feels colder when there is no shoulder to lean on and no voice, reminding you that you matter. Being alone in life means celebrating wins silently and grieving losses quietly. Life is hard when you're alone because every decision feels heavier without reassurance. When you walk alone, doubt walks beside you, questioning every step you take. Life demands courage when you have no backup plan except yourself. Doing life alone teaches patience, but it also tests your hope daily. When you're alone, even resting feels like a luxury you can't afford. Life becomes a constant test of endurance when no one shares the load. Being alone doesn't break you, but it definitely reshapes you. Life is tough when you're doing it alone because you must become your own support system. Alone, you learn how loud your inner voice can be, especially when it's filled with fear. Life feels heavier when there's no one to remind you why you started. Doing life alone means pushing forward even when motivation disappears. When you're alone, every setback feels personal and permanent. Life is harder without encouragement, without applause, without understanding. Being alone forces you to grow, but growth often comes with pain. Life becomes survival mode when you realize no one is coming to save you. Doing everything alone teaches discipline, but it drains emotional energy. Life is toughest when no one sees your struggle, only your results. When you're alone, strength isn't a choice, it's a requirement. Life feels longer when there's no one to share the journey with. Being alone in life means carrying hope even when doubt feels stronger. Life hits differently when you have to face problems without guidance. When you're alone, resilience becomes your daily habit. Life is tough because loneliness makes every challenge feel personal. Doing life alone means learning lessons the hard way. Life doesn't slow down just because you're tired and alone. When you're alone, consistency replaces comfort. Life becomes a quiet struggle when no one hears your prayers. Being alone teaches you independence, but it also reveals emotional gaps. Life is tough when every mistake is yours to fix alone. Doing life alone means becoming both the problem solver and the motivator. When you're alone, courage is built in silence. Life demands more from you when support is missing. Being alone doesn't taste up dreams, but it slows the journey. Life feels heavier when encouragement is self-generated. When you're alone, strength becomes routine, not inspiration. Life is tough because loneliness magnifies every fear. Doing life alone means trusting yourself when no one else does. Life becomes discipline when comfort disappears. Being alone means learning to move forward without validation. Life tests you harder when there's no safety net. When you're alone, hope must be created, not borrowed. Life is tough because failure feels lonelier than success. Doing life alone means mastering self-control before confidence. Life pushes you harder when rest isn't shared. Being alone teaches you endurance beyond emotion. Life feels like a marathon when you're running solo. When you're alone, consistency becomes survival. Life is tough because silence leaves room for doubt. Doing life alone builds character slowly and painfully. Life challenges feel deeper without emotional backup. When you're alone, progress feels invisible. Life requires bravery when comfort is absent. Being alone means choosing discipline over feelings. Life is tough when no one celebrates your effort. Doing life alone sharpens focus but drains warmth. Life feels colder when motivation comes from pressure. When you're alone, self-belief becomes essential. Life demands maturity faster when you rayon Giordoni. Being alone teaches you responsibility before readiness. Life is tough because loneliness removes distractions. Doing life alone reveals who you truly are. Life grows heavier when emotional support is missing. When you're alone, progress feels slow but real. Life tests patience hardest when help is absent. Being alone means choosing growth despite fear. Life is tough when strength becomes routine. Doing life alone requires faith in unseen outcomes. Life feels endless when comfort is self-made. When you're alone, mistakes become teachers. Life becomes discipline when motivation fades. Being alone forces self-respect before success. Life is tough because rest feels undeserved. Doing life alone means emotional control over impulse. Life pressures you when no one shares the stress. When you're alone, vision matters more than mood. Life becomes responsibility before freedom. Being alone builds silent confidence. Life is tough because quitting feels tempting. Doing life alone demands mental strength daily. Life moves forward whether you're supported or not. When you're alone, self-trust is everything. Life challenges deepen without reassurance. Being alone means becoming emotionally self-reliant. Life is tough because no one carries you. Doing life alone shapes unbreakable discipline. Life tests endurance when comfort disappears. Life is tough when you're doing it alone, but that loneliness quietly builds the strongest version of you.